I don't even know why I'm late on everything. I am a few minutes late and I apologize. I'm just getting my lights on and everything. There we go. All right. Got my ring light on, got my live going, got the stream up. Sorry about that. So I'm 4 minutes late. But anyway, um, I had to get my coffee. I've been up since 6:30. I've been on fire. Okay, so let's talk about those pork chops everybody's talking about. Those $1 pork chops. Went to Dollar Tree, and it's always fun to go to Dollar Tree and go in the meat section because it's the scariest stuff. I mean, eating Dollar Tree meat, it's as good as any other meat, but it may not be the same grade level. It may be like bottom of the barrel grade level. Good morning, everybody. How are you? So, hi from the Netherlands. All right. How's the weather in the Netherlands? I know that we're getting cooler today, I think. It's today or tomorrow, but we're like going to the 70s, down to the 60s. We're doing good. So, how is the Netherlands weather? You guys having a good one? It's a beautiful day today. So, these dollar pork chops. So, you guys remember I did the dollar ribeye. Good morning. Do you remember? I do have an eggnog video. You can search for that. Just put in Jack Attack 69, which is my channel, kind of like my link, and then do search for eggnog, and it'll show you the recipe. And I use raw eggs in it too. A lot of people don't use raw eggs. Or do I not use raw eggs in that? I haven't done it in years. I should do another one. I don't remember the recipe, but it should be down below in the description box. So anyway, I'm at Dollar Tree looking around, and Tammy goes to go get some, I think she went for wrapping paper and a bow. So she went over into the wrapping area, and I kind of perused my way over to the meat area, and I found these pork chops. And I'm like, wow, dollar ribeye was awesome. We're talking about Dollar Tree. For those of you who don't know where I'm talking about. So we went to Dollar Tree, went to the back, pulled out dollar pork chops, and I looked at them, and I should have looked at the meat side. I didn't pay attention. I got excited. I thought, I'm going to do a video on these because dollar ribeyes were such a huge hit for you guys. You guys love the thin cut dollar ribeyes. And if you really were to weigh the meat, I should do that. Somebody else calculated that it's like, it's only like 4 ounces of meat. So if you make that a pound, it's more like $3.20 a pound. You might as well just get regular pork chops at $3.20 a pound. So I didn't realize that. They get you by it's $1. They still got the dollar ribeyes. They got the dollar pork chops. And I picked up, you ready for this? Dollar riblets. Yeah, the riblets, not riblets. So anyway, I got dollar riblets that I'm going to cook up on the grill before the weather gets too cool. I'm going to go outside and I'm going to try to make them look good and try them out and see how they are. But basically, don't be fooled by dollar pork chops because once again, you just weigh them and then multiply it so it's a pound and realize how much you're really paying for a pound of pork chops. These pork chops were kind of gross. They were the one tasted okay, but the other one didn't look right. You can watch it. It's on the Cooking with Jack. That's on the channel right now. So I hope everybody has their coffee because I'm booming right now. I'm on my second cup. I'm ready. So let's see what else is going on. I'm going out to Springfield today. That's why I got my hat on. Going out to Spring. If you want one of these hats, they're below every video. You can purchase it. But I'm going out to Springfield. Do you guys remember the Tower Gardens where I had that big giant zucchini by my head? It was as big as my head. So we're going to go check on her. I have no idea what it's like now. She's blown up. She used to have just regular Tower Gardens. Now she has commercial grade, and she's doing like gardens. People who were like ordering like 12 at a time. She's doing on the rooftops of buildings in New York. So I'm going to go there and do a short video update. We haven't visited her for 3 years. So we have over 1 million views on that video. I don't know if you guys know what Tower Gardens does. It's where you can grow your vegetables like 3 times faster without letting the roots hang in the water. It's like hydroponics. So the water and the food drips on the roots and there's no dirt. You can literally rip the leaf off and eat it right there. So I'm going to show you today. I'm going to go film it at her place and give you an update of what she's been up to. And we'll show you pictures and video and everything. My watch is going off. Okay, my buddy is live. So anyway, dollar pork chop videos on Cooking with Jack right now. There's, I apologize. We don't do membership anymore, but I apologize if it's mentioned. Some of my videos are older videos that I've done weeks ago, and I'm bringing them in. If there's any mention of membership, disregard it. Don't pay attention to it. Everybody gets, to be a part of the Saturday morning chat. It's more fun when there's lots of people hanging out. And so anyway, hi, how you doing? So that's what's on Cooking with Jack is the dollar pork chop video. And then you go over to Jack on the Go. I just gave you a bonus video Saturday. Usually if I have an extra video, I'll throw it on Saturdays. So, yeah, hey, Jack, was the dollar better than the dollar steak in Dollar Tree? No, the ribeye was better. I'll go on record saying that. The dollar ribeye was better than the dollar pork chop. The dollar pork chop was so thin, you could see right through. Go look at the video, you'll see. There was a discoloration on one of the pork chops, and I was not touching it. But the other one looked fine. It looked good. So make sure if you buy it, for some reason you go and try their dollar pork chops, look at the meat side and look at the meat. If there's any discoloration, put it back and go with one that looks like a pork chop. All right. So anyway, what else is going on? I just put up a bonus video for Jack on the Go. So we have a video, and I reviewed the spicy barbecue glazed chicken tenders at McDonald's. They just came out with them. So that's why I put it today, so that by the time I wanted to do it next week for next week's Jack on the Go, but I don't know how long this promotion is going for. So I got to be some videos I got to put out right away so that you guys have a chance to go try it. It was pretty good. First time I ordered it, it was a little soggy. The sauce kind of softened the crust on the chicken tenders, and I didn't really care for it. It wasn't like it was mushy, but I like chicken tenders with the crispy outside, and the sauce had been on there. But I had been driving around a while, so by the time I got home, they'd been sitting in the barbecue sauce for a few minutes. So then this time I filmed. Was it inside McDonald's? Yeah, we just went straight in because I wanted to get a fair shake. I didn't want to rip on it. And hey, Jack, would you put your barbecue sauce versus any barbecue sauce in the store? Oh yeah, there's no barbecue sauce anywhere near my sauce. I've shown you guys in the older videos. I'll show you again. My sauce is just really, when I made that barbecue sauce, people were saying, "Don't call it barbecue sauce," and I said, what do I call it? And they're like, it's better than barbecue sauce. It's considered, it has a lot of seasoning, so you don't have to season your ribs or your meat or whatever. It's more of a gourmet sauce. It belongs like in a mom and pop gourmet store next to the private jams and jellies and all that stuff. So I'm like, okay, well, I want to compete in the barbecue sauce market. I don't want to compete in the, hello, how are you? I don't want to compete in the specialty gourmet sauce market. I don't want to do that. How do you explain what a gourmet? Do you have a low carb sauce? Yes, I did. You guys, some of you remember me back in the day when I was in California, I had a sugar-free barbecue sauce. I did. And no one ordered it. It was the craziest thing. I was throwing out cases. And it's weird. Now it probably would sell. But back then I'm like, wow, that's weird. It's weird because people want real barbecue sauce. If you're putting barbecue sauce on your ribs, it's not a lot of sauce. That you only need like 2 tablespoons. Seriously, 2 tablespoons on a full rack of ribs. You brush it on. You have such a thin layer of sauce, just a little bit of flavoring, that if there is sugar in it, it's not gonna be so hurtful. But it's still got sugar in it. So people didn't want to get the fake stuff. They didn't like it. It was a good flavor, but they knew it didn't have, it had Splenda in it. And what is the worst barbecue sauce you have had? Good question. The worst barbecue sauce I've ever had. Oh man, I grew up on Kraft. When I was a kid, my mom, she raised us on food stamps. She raised us on Medi-Cal and welfare. We were trying to make ends meet. So she would always buy Kraft barbecue sauce because it was the cheapest. I can't eat it anymore. I can't even smell it. Mustard base. Oh, that's really good. Let's see. Mustard base. Oh man, I like Alabama white sauce. You guys ever had Alabama white sauce? I love a mustard base barbecue sauce. I believe the Carolinas do mustard base. I'm more of a brown sugar base guy. I can do mustard base. I love mustard. I love deli. My favorite thing to eat is, and you guys are gonna be grossed out, is to take liverwurst and dip it in Golden's, that spicy mustard they make. I love spicy deli mustard. Love it. I'm not a big fan. The only time I like yellow mustard is if I'm eating a corn dog or something, because I grew up with yellow mustard and corn dogs. It's weird how your childhood sets your food tastes. I remember Jack Jr. not liking steak. He couldn't eat it. He'd chew it and chew it. Hey, Anthony, good morning. So he'd chew it, and he couldn't swallow the steak. I mean, it's not like we bought bad steak. So I just waited. He grew up. So let me see. How does this work? Eric, sorry, I'm not big on. Let me see what Eric needs. Hang on a minute. Mustard base. You know what? I'm gonna go find one. I'll find a group for you. Okay. I'm doing Battle of the Barbecue Sauces video number 2, and then I'll do a mustard base video just for you. So Eric, if you need anything else, just throw me a question. And but basically, I will do a mustard-based barbecue sauce. I'm gonna have to order it because they don't have it on the shelf. So I will order it from the internet, about 5 of them, and we'll try them out. I'll put most famous. I'll do a search. Most famous mustard-based sauces. But right now, our champion is Jack Daniel's Honey Barbecue. That's pretty good. If you guys ever cooked in Jack Daniel's, man, nothing better than. I used to smoke. And by the way, Eric, thank you. I used to smoke with Jack Daniel barrels after they're emptied of the whiskey. The whiskey was saturated in the wood that was ground up and sold to you by bags. And I used to buy bags of Jack Daniel's wood chips, and I would smoke with those. And that's some of the best ribs I've ever eaten. Hey, Singapore, what's up? You guys are just wide awake this morning. Look at this. You guys are in a good mood. So, bless you. My wife is the loudest sneezer. We'll be in church. We're all praying in church, and she'll be like, please. And I'm like, oh, I'm so embarrassed. She's so much funny. Eric, if you have any other great ideas, that mustard-based ideas is really cool. Not many people give attention to mustard-based sauces. So I'm going to go online after this chat, and I'll get it together for you guys. Let's see. Yeah, everybody knows about. Let's see, what's your stance on actual licorice versus black licorice? You guys are coming up with some great questions. Okay, my mom was a huge fan of black licorice. To me, it tastes like cough syrup, but I like cough syrup, so I don't drink it. I don't sit there and pound cough syrup, but so when I eat black licorice, it makes me think of cough syrup. I don't know why. I like black licorice better, but Twizzlers, man, I don't know what it is about Twizzlers. I could chew those all day long. So, do you watch Sam, the cooking guy? He has some awesome recipes. No, I'm not here to promote other channels, but there's so many guys that are friends of mine. I watch one guy on the internet. That's it. I watch one guy, and I watch Philip DeFranco. You've heard me mention his name. Michael Navke, Everybody Barbecue, Cooking with CJ. These are all friends of mine that we talk all the time, and we check out each other's videos. They're just really good friends. And I'll help them any way I can. One of the things I love about YouTube is it ain't competition. You could mention another channel and it doesn't bother me, and I'm not competing with other channels. I do what I do. So anybody who has my rule is you got to have at least 2,000 subscribers. If you want to collaborate with me, if you're a cook and you want to collaborate with my cooking show, then I'll work with you if you have 2,000 or more. Because I believe you have 2,000 subscribers, you're taking it serious. So many people I've worked with. Oh, Sweet Baby Ray's has a mustard-based sauce. I'll have to remember that. So many people I've worked with, I've collaborated with, are no longer around. My other rule is, if you truly are interested, I will help you out, because nobody helped me out, and I always want to be that guy that puts a hand out for the little YouTuber that's just getting started. I've done baking shows, I've done fishing shows, it doesn't have to just be food, but we try and keep it, if it's electronics, I'll partner with you and I'll put on Tech Time. If it's restaurants, then I'll partner with you and we'll put it on. Everybody wants me to partner with this guy named Joey's World or something like that. Haven't done that yet. Or Ken Dolmick, I think his name is, I can't remember his last name. He's the Canadian guy that does all the reviews. And I'm like, that would be cool. So we've talked. We have talked with these guys before. And at some point, we'll have more guests on the show. The weather in the Netherlands has also dropped. It's one of the first truly cold days here. Woo woo. You guys, I hate the heat. I mean, some of you love the heat. I come from California my whole life, and nothing's worse than an 80-degree Halloween. Do you know how many costumes I sweat in over the years? There's something exciting about being dressed up in a costume, and it's a little bit of nip in the air, and you're liking it. Have you been to Australia? No, but I have a good friend who lives in Australia, and he's a chef, ironically. But I have not been, and it's funny because Australia, when I talk to him, if we're in winter, he's burning up. If we're in summer, he's freezing. Like, it was -3 degrees about a month back. So he's working. Can you make hamburger vegetarian? No, I don't know how to make hamburger vegetarian. Sorry, there's a lot of products out there that have mastered that. So go check I would recommend. I don't want to say no. I want to help you out. I recommend the Impossible Burger. It's probably the best meat, not meat. I mean, I was fooled. I could not. Any one of you could not pick it out. I could put one Whopper over here and an Impossible Burger right next to it from Burger King, and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. The cough sounds like you're vaping. No, I don't vape. No, I used to smoke when I was really young. And, but that was like for maybe a handful of years. That was when I was like 18. So when I first started radio, I was still smoking, and I gave it up, and then I blew up like this. I've been feeling great though. What is that? Risty Shell wants to know how I've been feeling. Wow, you guys are full of questions today. This is great. Yeah, I've been feeling good. I feel great. My OT's going good. My PT's going good. Life's good. I love it. I'm approaching the best time of year. I'm pumped. So apple pie. I am going to film, no lie. You ready for this? You guys voted. I don't know if you guys remember the voting. It was butter bath corn. It was smoked apple pie. And then it was Wendy's chili recipe, a ripoff recipe. Excuse me. So I just filmed the Wendy's chili video. So that's going to be coming out in about a week or so. I'm about 2 weeks ahead. No, I'm not ignoring you. What? Yeah, I take my meds daily. I take my blood pressure. I take my metformin for my diabetes. I don't eat sugar. I mean, I'm doing everything. I appreciate your concern, and I'm not ignoring you. Sometimes you guys fly by on these comments. Somebody wants to know, say I look great. Thank you. You look like you've lost weight. I have. If you go back to the older videos, you'll see a difference. Basically, every time I go to the doctor, I go every 3 months. I get my kidneys checked, and then I get my diabetes checked. Every 3 months, I check everything. And every time I go, the weight drops. So I don't eat 3 meals a day. I usually eat lunch and dinner. So I eat after what is it, 12? I eat at 12:30. Yeah, I eat after 12 o'clock, 1 meal, and then I eat before 8 p.m. So I'm eating usually around 5:36, and that's it. I don't eat outside of 8 p.m. I don't eat before 12 noon. So it's kind of like, I don't know if you guys know about intermittent fasting. So I from 8 p.m. at night all the way through the night and all the way to the noon the next day, no food. And then have a food. So intermittent fasting is huge. It's healthy. It's good. And it helps you lose weight. And my appetite is shrunk. I don't eat as much. So you can ask. My wife's like, will come home and go, "Did you eat today?" I'm like, "No, not yet." And she comes home at 4. So sometimes I forget to eat. So I got to be real careful that I don't neglect that, because you get to a point. Oh, you're the stroke nurse. Yes, thank you for asking. Um, I love you guys for caring. I really do. There's two types of people. There's people who care, and there's people who criticize, and you guys care, and I appreciate that. Yeah, that's the eating program that I'm on. Most of the stuff, like I'm going to make the apple pie. I usually bring the Bible study, and I just, they eat normal food, and I can give them all the desserts. If I make dessert, I'll share it with Bible study, and they love that. They'll have coffee and apple pie and all that. So I'm going to be doing a lazy man's smoked apple pie. I came up with this the other day. I'm going to literally take apple pie filling in a jar or a can or whatever, and I'm going to pour it into a frozen pastry dough that's already formed. And this is totally lazy. So I'm just putting it all together. And then I'm taking one of those. I don't even, can't believe I'm telling you this. So then I'm going to roll out a pastry dough. And then I'm going to cut the strips and put them on top. So I'm going to have two types. I'm going to have the formed one, the non-formed flat one. And I'll cut the flat one, or Tammy will help me cut the flat one. And then we'll lay the strips on top of it. And then we'll put it in the smoker. And we'll brush it with egg brush. You know how you want it to be browning. Then we'll smoke it on the smoker, and that will be a lazy man's apple pie. I'm pretty excited about that. I really am. The Wendy's video came out great. Yeah, you guys are amazing. You never cease to amaze me how much you remember that I don't. From back in California days, from the very beginning. I remember there was a time I was at a point where I'd cut myself on the show. I never hid the fact that I screwed up. Personally, I think showing you guys my screw ups is good. It shows that I'm human. I'm just normal. I'm a normal dude. So anyway, I had cut myself 7 times on the show, and you guys remembered all 7 of those videos. I was blown away. We had a contest, I remember, back a few years, where I said, okay, list all the 7 episodes where I cut myself. And they did. I'm like, no way. I can't do that. I remember maybe 1 episode where I cut myself. I cut myself on that thing you push down, and then it dices the tomato and falls into the plastic holder. I think that was all the names that crossed my show. Wow. It was the Nicer Dicer. That was it. I was cleaning the grate, and it was sharp. That's how it cuts the tomato, and it falls through. And I cut my finger on it. I've done it on knives. I've done it everywhere. So anyway, let's get back to giving you guys an idea of what's going on. So I'm going to Springfield to give you an update on Tower Gardens. I'm a big fan of Tower Gardens. They're the vertical hydroponics. If you've never looked into them, you don't have to talk to me. I'm not trying to push or promote anything like that, but I love the concept. So choose any company you want, get yourself a hydroponic tower garden, and try it out. If it doesn't if it doesn't grow 3 times faster than in the ground. So I want to do an experiment where we grow something like, let's say, in the ground, and then, Jack, how did you know you were you were having it? Did you wake up like that, or did it just happen? I'll get to that in 1 second. I want to put one in the ground, a tomato plant in the ground, a tomato plant in the hydroponic garden, and show you guys time lapse. Wouldn't that be cool? I may ask for that video. I think I'm going to. That's it. You give me credit. All right. So now, how did the stroke happen? Yeah, totally in my sleep. I woke up and I just couldn't touch my nose. I just woke up and nothing was working well, and it just felt different. So then I went in and got checked to make sure that's how it happened. So it wasn't, nothing hurt me. I have full feeling in my whole body. I can feel, if you touch my arm that doesn't work as much, I can feel everything. 100% feeling, because the part of your brain that does motor skills is the part that kind of exploded. It didn't have a blood clot. I had the explosion stroke. So that one, it hit the area that does right at the brainstem. So I'm lucky to even be alive. So I'm pumped. I really am. And I have a new device coming. I'm going to be showing you guys. It's a new device that helps you get your hand back. It's a glove. And I'm not going to tell you any more than that until we work out the details. But I'll show you the glove that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be working with Vanderbilt Hospital. And it's going to give me exercises and things to do on the computer where I can pick up a piece of fruit, let's say. And this thing holds my hand. So my hand isn't just sitting around, it's holding it open. And I can do exercises and video games, and I miss video games. I don't know. I just bought Link's Awakening and The Awakening, and it was just, I'm playing it. And I think that's good too, to just force my hand to be used. So I'm playing video games again, and that's about it. Let's see here. Okay. All right, so let's see, what's with the orange band? Okay, so we were going on a cruise, and plus I've had a lot of issues with a lot of concerns with me cooking with it. I got to make sure I clean under my wedding ring. So Tammy and I talked about it, and we both wanted something we could bang around. I don't like hitting if I hit my ring on the wall, it freaks me out. So we've placed our wedding bands in the jewelry box, the family safe. We put them in the family safe, and then we went to this. There's a website here. There's an app on, like, if you're on the iPhone. I don't know if it's on Android yet. It's called Groove, and it's based out of, is it Nashville? Springfield. Exactly where I'm going to film Tower Ground video. It's based in Springfield, Tennessee, and which is 30-minute drive from here. And as you can see, there's a white T on it for Tennessee. But I have another one that looks like a pearl, kind of pearled out marble. So when football season's over, I'm going to swap it out for the white pearl one. But basically, I wanted something cool. I could pick any college I wanted. So I picked Tennessee, even though they suck. But I try not to show it off too much. If they were champions, I'd be like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'd be showing everybody. But yeah, they're not doing good this year. It's so I'm a true fan if I'm still promoting them or talking about them. So hey, how you doing? Good morning to Seattle. Your older videos. I don't want to talk about that. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't bother me. The hate is just a part of the show. If you go to any YouTube channel, you will see negative comments. So I'm just not going to address it. I just move on. So because there's so many people that love that I don't want to. It's like my mom. My report card would come in. I'd get straight A's and 1 C, and the only thing she saw was the C. Or when I was DJing, I would mix records on the turntables. I was spinning. We were doing rap music. We were booming all night. One moment I bumped the table and it scratched the record and it skipped and everybody booed. But they weren't standing at the DJ booth going, "Great job. Oh my gosh, that's a great mix. Wow, that's amazing." So the positive. So I try and pay attention to the positive on my show. And pork chops and applesauce. I see that. I don't know how old you guys are, if you remember pork chops and applesauce, but that was a great Brady Bunch episode. Pork chops and applesauce. So anyway, if you know that, then you're probably my age. So, hey Jack, what do you think of? I don't know. I don't know what farm that is. Um, so anyway, let's take a look here. Trying to get some of your questions. I don't want to miss stuff. What is your all-time favorite meal? Okay, my all-time favorite meal is probably, I'm going to talk about, it's probably something I don't eat now. It was probably my all-time favorite meal. Okay, it's between two dishes. One dish is, it's this, in the Italian restaurants they have a seafood. It's seafood over linguine, and they all have different names, different restaurants. And it'll be mussels and scallops and there's linguine, and there's it's a kind of a thin sauce, but it's reddish still, and it tastes great. It's a seafood pasta dish, not just, it's got clams and mussels and scallops, and it's got like five, and shrimp. It depends on where you go, but anyway, that's one of my favorite dishes. Another one was a place in California, and I don't know if I have any California brothers and sisters watching right now, but there was a place. It was on Beach Boulevard and Garden Grove Boulevard, right where they crossed. And the restaurant was a barn. It was literally red like a barn. It looked like a barn, and it was called Pinnacle Peak. And you would go there. I remember the first time I went there, my mom was like, "It's a really nice place. You got to wear a tie." I got to wear a tie? I was like 5. I'm like, "Mom, I ain't got a tie." She's like, "Grab one of those clip-ons that you wear when you go to church." So I grabbed a Kmart clip-on tie, and I went into this restaurant, and it was like, it was a dump. It was like, all you got was steak and ribs, and it was like a country place. So we went in, and I'm wearing a tie, and I mean, you sit on a bench, a wooden bench, and they serve you beans and bread and all the fixins. And I'm like, no way. So anyway, hold on a minute. Sorry about that. So anyway, so I go in, and then I hear this boom, 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 boom. And I look around, I go, what's going on? My brothers also had ties on. My mom thought this was hilarious. So they came over, and they take scissors and they cut your tie off. I'm like, "Mommy, just cut my tie off." And I started crying. She goes, "No, it's okay. It's okay." Then she started showing me the walls and the ceiling, and they had hundreds of ties hanging with cards on them that told you who they were, when they came to eat here. And it was a restaurant thing. If you came in a tie, they'd cut your tie off, and they'd have you fill out a card, and they put it up on the wall or somewhere. So I'm like, wow, that's crazy. So so that was one of the that I used to get the cowboy steak. That's when I fell in love with porterhouse. That was before ribeye became a thing. Seriously, ribeye steaks weren't a thing when I was a kid. Porterhouse steaks were, and it was. Hey Tammy, you remember Pinnacle Peak?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had our rehearsal dinner.
Oh yeah, our rehearsal dinner.
Yeah.
Our wedding.
Yeah.
Oh, see, so when I got married like over 20 years ago, we went there for rehearsal dinner. And
your parents said no dessert until after everybody wanted dessert.
Okay. Now my wife's giving me the whole story. But anyway, my mom was paying. My mom, she didn't have a lot of money. So she's like, we're at the rehearsal dinner because the grooms, by tradition, I don't know if they do this anymore, but by tradition, the groom's parents pay for the rehearsal dinner, and my mom was paying for the dinner, right? And she told everybody no dessert. So me and Tammy were like, "Anybody want dessert?" And we ordered dessert for the whole table. It was great. Oh, she was so angry. Anyway, so go watch one of my first Jack on the Go videos. You'll see her. She was in a wheelchair yelling at me like she always did. And that's what she sounded like when I ordered dessert for the whole table. Can you talk about your experience on Texas investment TV show? Yeah, I can. I basically I went on a kind of a, I call it the redneck Shark Tank, and they basically they started. The reason I cried on that show, a lot of people want to know. Um, they had mentioned something about my mom. My mom had just passed. My mom had just died, so I was sad. So I started crying. Well, they took that clip and put it wrongly in a spot. They took it out of context, and they used to. This is crazy. This is crazy. So remember this when you watch reality TV. They would come up to me and go, "Oh no, you gotta act like you need the money. You gotta act like you're gonna go under. You're gonna die if you don't get the money." I'm like, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna lie to people. I'm not gonna. That's why we didn't hit it off. That's why I didn't get an investment. I'm like, look, you guys are like, you know, you guys are writing the script. What you want me to say and do, I'm not going to do that. So that's why they chopped it all up, trying to make it look more dramatic. And I was really not happy about that. But I know they're looking for drama and they need ratings, and that show didn't do well. So it was like a redneck Shark Tank. And I was also a fan of Shark Tank. It was funny because when I signed the papers to be on that show, a week later, Shark Tank had wrote me and said, "We want you back on the show," because they initially had me going on the show and then they canceled. So they wanted me to come back. Long story. I don't want to go into it. But anyway, good morning. I think it's Hodges. Good morning. And good morning to, is it Jayoshna? Yeah, a lot of people in the chat room. So anyway, let's get back to the show, because that's why you guys tune in, to kind of get, if you have questions, feel free to ask me. You've been loaded today, like the most I've ever seen. Okay, did you guys know that on google.com, I just learned this, you can change the background. So if you go to google.com right now, you should, like in Chrome, if you guys use Chrome as a browser, there's a pencil at the bottom. So I put a Christmas background back there, a winter background. And it's a great look. You put any picture you want. You want the ocean, you want palm trees, whatever you like. You can change the background of google.com. That's pretty cool. I have it on my Chromebook and I have it on my MacBook. I have changed it, but look, I got to go back to my channel. Hold on a minute. So yeah, we did the McDonald's review. Let's see what's coming up. We have the Wendy's chili coming up. A lot of people appreciated how to clean stainless steel, because that's the only reason I never wanted good cookware, because I didn't know how to clean it. You would cook in it, it would stain the inside and all that. I didn't know how to do it, so I did a video on how to do it and how to clean it. It doesn't take very long. It's super easy. No elbow grease needed. Let's see. I got the dollar riblet video coming up. Dollar pork chops on it, Wendy's, and I got. Let's see, if you guys are Instant Pot fans. And by the way, do me a favor, please, because everybody I know makes this mistake. I made this mistake. It's not Instapot. It's not INSTA pot. It's Instant Pot. And it's funny because everybody calls it incorrectly. But what is this? Do you see Living Tennessee? I heard great things about your state. Okay, so yes, I love it in Tennessee, but I try not to go downtown too much because it's getting crazier and crazier and harder to get around. It's getting bad. It's getting just like Los Angeles was. We're the fastest growing city, and that includes my area. Properties never stay on the market. Like when you list your house, it's already sold. Literally, if a realtor knows you're going to list, he gets buyers and it's sold before it even lists. And everybody I know has been getting more money than what they ask. So property is good out here. The value is good out here. Oh, where's my cord? Oh, I don't have my cord. I didn't realize I'm on battery. Hey, Tam, can you help me? Yeah, my battery's dying on my computer and I don't want to end the broadcast. So it's in this bag, the cord. I got to plug my computer in. Sorry, guys. So Tammy's helping me. Thank you, sweetheart. Mm-hmm. Anyway, So yeah, do I still like Tennessee? Yeah, I like the people, I like the food. I like the everything that was in California is out here. We've got hockey and we've got baseball. We've got baseball, the local team, which is like a minor group. Yeah, thank you. The minors are huge, but they're looking on putting a major team in Tennessee. Our football team's not very good. Titans aren't that good. Thank you, sweetheart. And but we got everything. We got ballet. We got downtown. So it takes me. So I live in a nice neighborhood that it's got rolling hills and and all that. But if I need to go downtown, let's say I'm going to see the Nutcracker, I can go to Bridgestone Arena. I can be down there in no time. I can go and see anything. I can go see the Country Music Hall of Fame. I mean, all the stars come through Nashville. So Nashville's a growing town. So everybody's hiring here. I don't know how it is in your state, but people are just having issues of getting people, and I've talked about it a million times. Oh, Princess Puffy Pants says thank you. What is your favorite food from some other country? From some other country, let me think. One of my favorite dishes, and my wife and I don't know if you guys have ever had this, is one of our favorite dishes when it's raining is to go get pho. I found out about pho in California, and if you don't know what pho is, it's a soup. Okay, so they bring out this piping hot soup. I mean, it's like almost on the verge of boiling. It's so hot that if I order seafood or I order sliced meat or meatballs or whatever, the moment the meat's cut so thin or the seafood is thin that when it hits the piping hot broth, it cooks right on the spot. They bring you basil and cilantro and sprouts, and you break them off fresh, all on dishes, and you put them in your soup as you like them. So you kind of prepare your soup. It's a Vietnamese soup, but a lot of Thai restaurants carry it. And so this soup is so good. And the way we prepare it is we put all the sides, we do all the sides, and we mix it in, get it all cooking. And then we'll take, it's called hoisin sauce. It's kind of like an Asian thick teriyaki sauce, but it's not. So you start, hold on a minute. Just want to say thank you for your comment. That's why I'm blocking it. There. That was easy. Okay, so you put the hoisin sauce in and it darkens the broth. And then you take Red Rooster and you squirt that in and it spices up the broth. It's a dark, spicy, but when I'm done with it, you guys have seen on my social media, I take pictures of the soup. It's really good. So if you've never had pho, it's great on a rainy day. It's one of my favorite international dishes. What else do we like internationally? That's probably it, right? We like sushi, but that's not international.
Okay.
So that's kind of California. I don't know. Is California international? So anyway, do you review foods from other countries? We used to do a series called Goodie Boxes. And I don't know if you guys remember a few years back, and other countries were mailing me food from their nation, and we would review them. So yeah, I used to have haggis. There was some gross Vegemite, I think it is. It's funny because one of my larger audiences is England, and yet they're famous for their foods being leaning towards bland. But they're really good, like meat pies and stuff. But they're not into spicy. They're not into almost all of them are like pastry related. So like when you have a meat pie, it's meat inside the bread. So there's a few things, and then that Vegemite spread I think is in English, and they put that on toast. Yeah, those were fun to do, but they didn't get watched much, and I didn't want to waste your time. Beef Wellington, I've never done ever. Hardest video I've ever done. Now, you guys want to know the hardest video I've ever done? That would be beef bourguignon. I did it the way Julia Child did it. Forgive me. Okay, so I did it like Julia Child, and Julia Child's format for cooking is totally different. It's not my way of cooking. Julia Child would say, "Okay, do me a favor, brown the pearl onions, the small pearl onions, brown them, saute them in butter. Okay, put that off to the side." Then she'd be like, "Okay, season the meat, put that off to the side, and then do this and put that off to the side." And she would cook each ingredient separately and flavor it. And then she would bring all the ingredients that have been prepared separately with flavor. She'd bring it all together and then prepare it all together. I'm not like that. I'm like, dude, put the onions in, put the meat in, put everything in, and then put wine and whatever out, butter and whatever you want. That's how I cook. I try and cut steps out. She was very intricate. It was so hard. I was almost not going to do it. So, by the way, there, do a Julia Child. Here's Julia Child. Ready? Were you divorced? No, that's not Julia Child. But that's from the Muppets. But anyway, did you just say sushi is? I didn't say sushi specific to California. I eat sushi out here. I said sushi, if you were to relate it to somebody, I would think California. Like cheese would be Wisconsin. Pizza would be New York. Chicago would be hot dogs. I mean, every state has its food that it does really well. And I think California has some of the best sushi that I've ever had. So anyway, good morning from North Carolina. I hope you're feeling well. Thank you, Eric. I am feeling great. Let's see. Everyone knows if he's from Japan. You are taking. I'm not taking things out of context. I don't think of sushi as an international dish. I just don't. It's like saying hamburgers. It started in China. Did you know pizza started in China too? But you don't think pizza is China, do you? You think it's Italy. See, this is what I'm talking about. We're splitting hairs, and it's just, that's the problem with the internet. It just gets crazy. Everybody runs down their rabbit holes. Well, you can call it international, you can call it Japan, I don't care. You can call it whatever you want. What you're going to learn if you listen to me long enough is I'm just a regular Joe. I'm not politically correct. I don't believe in that. I do believe in respecting everybody, and whatever you say, I respect your opinion as long as you're nice. So if you're not nice, bye-bye. That's it. So let's see here. Somebody wanted to know a picture. I don't know this. I live in Connecticut. Our state food is Pez candy. Really? I didn't know that. If you said, let's see, Connecticut. There was a guy who tried to identify a food item. Like here it is. Let's talk about Tennessee. When you think the state of Tennessee, what food item do you think of? You guys can write it in, but we have certain food items that we struggle between. So, if I said Tennessee, you think of what? Right, Nashville hot chicken. Right, Jim? That's right, Nashville hot chicken. But there's another food from another city that's as famous as Nashville hot chicken. And if you guys never had Nashville hot chicken, look up my video, how to make Nashville hot chicken. I make it exactly like they make out here at Hattie B's. Yeah, Memphis ribs. There you go. So there's a battle. Are we famous? Is our state famous for Nashville hot chicken or ribs? And then there's another food out of Chattanooga that's popular, and it started in Chattanooga, and I hate it. It's awful, and they're famous for something. Do you guys know what Chattanooga is famous for? The first store is in Chattanooga, so I'll let you think about that one. But anyway, so we have a few foods that identify, like I would give Kansas City barbecue. I would give the Carolinas also barbecue. Oh, they fight all the time. But then you got sugar-based barbecue in Kansas City, and we could rip this all apart. And then you got vinegar base in the Carolinas, and vinegar base is amazing because vinegar totally breaks down the meat, and it's a great tenderizer to work with. So if you use like apple cider vinegar or something like that. So anyway, nobody knows what food is in Chattanooga? Are you serious? Anyway, I'll give you another minute and then I'll tell you. Um, so, so when I think sushi, I don't think Japan. I've never been to Japan. I believe it. It it probably originated from Japan, but so did pizza and other foods too. Not barbecue chicken. So we're looking for the food that's famous in Chattanooga. I'll give you a hint. It's a food item. It comes out of Chattanooga, and the first store is in Chattanooga that sells it. All right, Keith United Kansas City is a great restaurant if you're ever there. I would love to do a barbecue wars tour through Kansas City, through the Carolinas. I would literally jump around. I would skip some states just to hit the hot ones. So I would do Texas. Well, I've already done Texas barbecue. That was amazing. And so nobody knows the food from Chattanooga, huh? All right. Um, it's it's called the moon pie.
Blech.
It's the nasty. Imagine, hold on. Imagine taking cream filling between two sponges and then chewing on it. Serious. It's the gross. I hate moon pies. They love them out here. They love them out here. And I'm like, that's the worst. Uh, Hopefully this will help you out on your food review. Well, thank you. So, is let's see, hopefully this will help you out on your food review. So moon pies, oh, you think moon pies are great, huh? More power to you, Kitch, that you like it. Hey Frost, how are you? So anyway, I love you too. I think it's my Omar. I think I can't make out the name. There is but it says my Omar at the beginning. So love you too. I appreciate it. I appreciate watching. So anyway, moon pies are nasty. People in California have no idea what those are like. When I tried a moon pie, I was on Barbecue War Store with Mitch, and we went to the first ever moon pie store. They have moon pie everything. Oh, put them in the microwave. Heard they're way better.
Yeah, it's still dry cooking now.
It's a warm sponge then. It still tastes like a sponge to me. It's awful. To me it is. But you guys might like it. Now, banana moon pies might be better, but it's that outside squishy stuff. It's like oh man, I'm not even gonna say it. I almost said something very inappropriate. Sorry. We're gonna move on. Okay, so you're very happy. Good. That is so good. And I thank you all from other countries because I know it may not be conveniently, in the morning for you. Here in America, it's morning for everybody, but you're watching all around the world, so I appreciate it. And Eric, once again, thank you so much for your support. Let's see what's going on my other channel. So let's go over to we'll go over to Jack and go. There is a Greek restaurant what's it called? Tasty? It's a little cafe. We're going to be reviewing that. I don't know when. So anyway, you guys remember when I did, what was that Middle Eastern restaurant? Not Middle Eastern, Mediterranean. Tzatziki's. Very few people call me or write me and ask me to come back. So Tzatziki's restaurant was loud and echoey. The meat was tough. I just had a really bad experience. The people there looked like they were just trying to earn a paycheck. They didn't care about anybody. I just felt that way. So like the guy that would run the food, he was like this, just plain face. Never smiled, never said, hi, how are you? Never conversed with anybody. He did a good job. He ran the food, but it didn't feel warm inside. So I did a Google review. By the way, Google reviews get read. I didn't realize how big Google reviews are, but Google reviews got read. So he read my review of what happened at the restaurant, and the manager contacted me and said, we talked for like a half hour, and he said, I need you to come back because we just opened the restaurant. We're still fine tuning it, and I'm going to work on all the things that you had discussed. Because I said his restaurant was echoey and it was loud. So like if there's a kid screaming, everybody heard it. I said, hang some plants. I don't know if you have done that in your home, but if you hang plants or you have a stand-up, like one of those stand-up trees with a basket, that will deaden the sound, prevent it from echoing. Okay, so I gave him a bunch of suggestions because when I criticize, I promise you this, that I'll give you suggestions and I'll try to improve the restaurant. So if I say something's bad, like that German restaurant in Opry Mills Mall, I said it was just horrible school cafeteria fries. I was just like, I kind of ripped it. And then Mitch was with me, and he said, he goes, I can get better bratwurst at Walmart. I'm like, oh wow. So it wasn't a great experience. So the owner called me back, and I will always come back to the people if they want to, or talk to them on the phone so that we can make it better. So when I tell you something's bad, I'm just telling you sort of a bad experience. You don't waste your money, that kind of thing. And I also look to improve. I'm not just here to. Whoops, sorry about that. There we go. So I don't want to just slam on people, even though you guys love when things go bad. It just cracks you up. Enjoy all your videos, Jack. Made the homemade bleach and detergent also. Awesome. Richard, I hope it saves you money. I hope the detergent works for you. Remember, I say flavor, but you can aromatize the detergent with essential oils of your choice. It doesn't have to be, you can do lavender one week. You can do lemon on the next week. You can do whatever you want. You still use the silverback smoker? No, I gave that one away. I had to clear. I had 7 smokers. I had 7 cookers on my wood deck, and it was just getting on my nerves. So I gave away the Traeger. I gave away the Grilla grills. I gave away the Z grill. It's not that they were bad. I just gave them to other people who could use them. I didn't like these things sitting on I use my Pit Boss right now all the time. I love my Pit Boss. I love my Weber. I have a Genesis Weber. I like my Sam's Club little round kettle one that you just cook like charcoal. Anyway, but basically, I got rid of everything else. So I just kept my vertical smoker that I'm into right now. But I did get contacted about a new smoker, so I might be showing you something new, a little more high end. So we're going to be discussing next week, and then I'll bring it to your guys' attention. Let's see. Yes, you can ask a question. Just go ahead and ask it. I'm Furry Love. I guess that's your name. So anyway, you can send the funniest names. How are the sauce sales doing? I don't know why that makes a difference, but yeah, we get orders. Our Amazon sauce has been selling every day. We get orders every day. So yes, sauce is doing good. As for the beef jerky, we've decided didn't move as much as the sauce did. So as a business owner, we had to make the decision to discontinue the beef jerky so that we stay making money and not losing money. That's why we got rid of the sugar-free barbecue sauce. So anyway, no, we get orders. Yeah, we get orders every day. How the sauce is doing? All right. So let's take a look. Say again. Yeah. We sell on Amazon. We also sell cookingwithjack.com or thebestsauces.com or something like that. Sorry, I don't have any moderators today, but if there's some people that, I'm not. Okay, so you want to know why delete then messages. I don't know what that means. All right, so Frost, if you're here next week, I will put you in as a moderator, and then we'll let you work with that. The reason I delete a message or block you is because you're referring to things that are just not something I want to discuss. So anyway, thank you. I'm glad you like my eyes. I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'm at my 1 hour mark, but I want to make sure I covered everything before I head up Springfield. Let's see, Jack on the go. Tech Time. I'm going to be partnering with somebody on Tech Time who reviews like security stuff, cameras, doorbell cameras, that kind of stuff you can put in your, security things like that. And he's going to be a guest reviewer. So be looking for that on Tech Time. And if you don't know, look up Tech Time with Jack, and you'll see my channel. And then Jack on the Go is going great. If you want me to review anything restaurant-wise, let me know. And Cooking with Jack's booming, doing great. And then I got my faith-based channel, Eye to Eye. This morning's message is, how do you know you're going to heaven? So we talk about that. I chat with one of my pastor friends. And so all the channels are doing real good. Let's see here. Yeah, that spicy glazed barbecue chicken tenders. You want to watch that video. That just came out this morning. So anyway, let's see. Yeah, cool. So everything's going good. All right, so let me say goodbye, because I don't want to go too far over an hour. We could chat. Let's see. Deleting messages only makes them trolls more. No, it blocks them so they can never speak on my channel again. But when you open your own YouTube channel, you let me know how it works for you, okay? You want to leave all the messages, leave all the messages. That's your choice. Hello, watching from Atlanta, Georgia. Wendy, how are you? I hope Georgia's booming. You guys got a big game. Georgia Tech's playing somebody big today. I can't remember. But you guys got some good football going today. Can you talk about the chicken shake and bake bag? Yep, we can talk about that. Okay. With the Stoop Waffle McFlurry you had, I recommend finding proper Stroop waffles, making a cup of tea or coffee and putting it on top of the coffee for the steam to heat it, makes the caramel gooey. I've had the Stroop waffle on top before. When I was doing the goodie boxes, one of the countries sent me, I saw one of the waffles, and you put it on top of coffee and let the coffee, and you put it on top of hot coffee. Yes. And it does get, if you leave it, the more it sits on there, the more gooey it gets. I love that. Jack, please say a prayer for my family. Yes, Jacob, I will. We're going through some things. Don't even worry about it. I don't need to know. If you just need a prayer and you don't want to give me information, I'm not looking for gossip. I'm just looking to take care of you guys. So looking forward to Auburn versus Florida. I had trouble with that game. I was not sure. I was like, is Auburn going to do it? Oh, that's a great idea. Before I go, let me go through my picks real quick. Hold on. Let me tell you what I picked today. So we're going to do, so no lie, I took Bowling Green is playing Notre Dame. I know Notre Dame's going to win. But I took Bowling Green because I get 45.5 points. Is Bowling Green that bad that it's going to lose by 46 points? I don't think so. But anyway, the Georgia Bulldogs versus Tennessee, I took Georgia. Sorry. And I had to give up 25 points. But I took Georgia anyway because I believe they're going to lose by like 30 or 40. Missouri I took. Miz was supposed to be the team to beat this year. I don't know how they're doing overall. They're going against Miz is going against Troy, so I took them. Gave up 24 points. I took Mississippi over Vanderbilt. Boy, I'm not a Tennessee supporter this Saturday. I'm going Mississippi. And then Auburn Tigers and Florida Gators was so difficult. So difficult. It's going to be a great game. I can't wait for that one. That I just took the over. I'm not going to pick the winner. I just took over 48.5 points. And then I picked Oklahoma over Kansas. Sorry, Kansas, but stick to basketball. So anyway, those are my picks. And then tomorrow, these are the people I picked. I picked the Cincinnati Bengals to beat the Cardinals. I picked do you guys like Daniel Jones in New York? I hear he's doing great things. The New York Giants, I picked over the Vikings, and I get 5 points. So Denver Broncos, I picked over the Chargers, and I get 5 points. New Orleans Saints, I picked over Tampa Bay. That was easy. And then the Colts over, yeah, this is a tough one. I picked the Colts over the Chiefs. Seriously. Don't know why. And I will close it on that. I hope you guys enjoy. What is this? Tell you what, is who lost the first game. But okay, yeah, I heard they're playing better now. See you later. Have a good rest of your day. All right, Jack, keep you and your families in thoughts and prayer. Please do the same. Looking forward to seeing the next video. Okay, I love you guys. I'm heading out to Springfield, going to go do a video. And if you need me, write me. I answer all my own messages. So I will answer you. Just write me through social media, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Otherwise, I will see you later. I love you.